All right, everyone. Welcome back to Lakers Latest. I hope everyone has had a good weekend. I know I have. It's been a little bit of a long weekend, it feels like, which is why I'm doing a nighttime edition. It's a little bit brighter because the lights are on. But yeah, hope everyone had a good weekend. It's Sunday night. I hope everyone enjoyed the first day of NFL season. I know, obviously, we're all looking forward to NBA season, but first day of NFL season is one of the best days of the year. If you're a Rams fan or a Chargers fan, or if you're a fan of a team outside of LA, yeah, just hope everyone had a good first day of the NFL season. Good weekend, decompressed. We're finally nearing the end of this elongated heat wave. Should go back to the low 80s to high 70s next week, which I think we're all very much looking forward to. But yeah, as always, coming to you from Studio City, where it is about 80 now. The sun's down, so it's been nice. But yeah, like I said, hope everyone had a good week. And yeah, let's get started. So first thing on the docket today, it's kind of funny because last time I talked about how Charles Barkley said DeAndre Ayton's going to have a bounce back year, and obviously, him being a Phoenix Sun legend means he could potentially have a history with Ayton and kind of have a strong relationship. Um, but obviously, didn't expect to start it on a different note today with Charles Barkley. He was kind of, and I can't remember who this was with, where he was talking with, like if he was interviewed, but he was kind of just discussing LeBron and kind of just his legacy as a whole, who he is. He gave him a ton of compliments, like LeBron, is this incredible guy, like such an amazing person, does all these great things, obviously an outrageous, incredible basketball player. Gave him a bunch of compliments, and then kind of just touched on, the one thing that he doesn't like about LeBron is the fact that whenever people talk about LeBron's legacy, it's almost like people are like, you have to say he's the best one. I think I have the quote right here. If you don't say he's the greatest ever, you're committing treason. I don't really like, the thing is, like, I don't really feel that. And if anything, to be honest, this day and age, like this group of people, I feel like there's more LeBron haters than there are LeBron admirers. So I just feel like there's more people that will fight against the notion that LeBron James is the greatest player of all time than there are people who will try and force you to say he's the greatest player of all time. Now, like, to me, I'm 32 years old. Like, I obviously was not, alive when Michael Jordan was in his prime. But at the same time, like, we know how great Michael Jordan is. We know everything that he's capable of, how incredible he was. So to me, like, I would personally still have him ahead of LeBron James. And me, like, I'm a huge LeBron fan. I was talking about the Lakers. But like, yeah, like, I don't think that LeBron James is the greatest player of all time. I think he's the second greatest player of all time after Michael Jordan. But I think you can make the argument he's the most talented player of all time. But I would have him as number two. But again, I just don't necessarily agree with Chuck, because at least, I don't know, like, you guys can comment or whatever, but to me, at least in my age range and most people these days, I feel like there's more hate for LeBron than there is. There's admiration, of course. Everyone is always willing to admit how incredible he is, but at the same time, there's so many people that and there's just this group of people that have wanted to see LeBron fail for such a long time. And, they'll say, "Oh, well, he's 4-6 in NBA, or however NBA finals he made, 4-6, 4-5." It's like, dude, you made 9 NBA finals. Like, do you have any idea how difficult that is? The fact that you're using that, he's 5 losses. Like, he still got there 9 times. You know what I mean? It's like they will look for any ridiculous reason to really discredit LeBron James. And I'm not saying Charles Barkley's doing that, because he's not, but I just don't really agree with the insinuation that everyone thinks LeBron should be called the greatest player of all time. Like, there's plenty of people that do. There's also plenty of people that don't. And I'm sure that, Chuck is a TV personality, talks to these people all the time, so he's probably getting differing opinions everywhere. But I don't know. For me, I just don't 100% agree with that. Again, in my personal experience, I've dealt with more people that dislike LeBron, than people that actually like LeBron. And that's not just in LA, that's really anywhere. But interesting perspective nonetheless, but I personally just don't agree with it. So we'll leave it at that. We'll see. Obviously, LeBron's probably going to be here for one final season. Then we'll see what happens. All right, next I wanted to talk about Devin Carter. Now, some of you, I'm assuming most people know who Devin Carter is. You might not though. He was the Sacramento Kings first round pick last year. He's 13th overall. Missed about the first 2 months. Then he came back, but couldn't really find his footing. It's kind of tough. That team is just a disaster. It's a mess. They make no sense. They have so many guards. They have all this, so it doesn't really add up. But the Kings, there's been rumblings that he would be available in trade talks, and I think the Lakers would be very smart to inquire and look at potentially acquiring a player like him. He's obviously the value on him, similar to Dalton Connect, is a little bit down. But this is a guy. Excuse me. This is a guy who coming out of college, like I followed the draft. I love looking at players. I love this kid coming out of college. Like you look at smart, savvy moves you can make as a GM to try and get players that maybe are a little undervalued. And he's a guy that to me sticks out like a sore thumb. Elite defensive guard, just a really good defensive guard, like a guy that can have Marcus Smart level aggression, Marcus Smart level tenacity defensively. Obviously, still got a ton to work on his game, but to me, like you look at it kind of, especially because Marcus Smart, he's here for a 2-year deal, but he's got an option. So if he has a really good year, the Lakers make it far, and he shows he's healthy and back to that all defense type player, he could look to opt out and either potentially make more money with the Lakers on his next contract, or go elsewhere and get what potentially will probably be the last semi-long, and I'm not long-term contract, not like 5+ years, but maybe like 3 years, like 3 years, 36 million or something of his career. So a guy like Devin Carter is a guy you bring in. Maybe he works his way into the rotation, hopefully, but also like you play him with Marcus Smart, he's gonna just stick to him like glue. They're very similar players, and he would really, I think, it would be such a great learner person for him to learn from. That's given, especially when they both came into the NBA, they're similar style of players. You always look for these low cost moves though, and again, yeah, he was a former first round pick next year, but I don't know what the Kings plan. I don't even know what the Kings know. The Kings don't even know what the Kings plan is for anyone. They're like one of the most disgraceful organizations in the NBA. They always screw things up. And out of every team in the NBA, they're always easiest to take advantage of in the trade. So he's a guy I would absolutely call up and inquire about. I think he would be a great fit for this team. I think he's a great young piece who could potentially be undervalued and be a key piece of this team for the future. Maybe not as so much this year, but just getting him learning from those guys. And obviously, I don't know if it'd be like, oh, we're gonna take a future first to get him. But it's definitely something I think they need to inquire on, because when you see reports of guys like these available that maybe haven't had their chance in the first year and maybe they play for Portland, like you look at a guy like Davion Mitchell, right? So on the Kings, didn't kind of have that up and down instability. Goes to the Raptors, plays better, and then goes to the Heat and really finds his footing as a strong two guard, kind of combo guard that's an elite defender. Like I just don't believe in the Kings development path. Like I don't, even when guys play well like De'Aaron Fox or Halliburton, like they trade them away. Even when they trade away good players, and then they bring in guys like DeMar DeRozan and what's his name, Zach LaVine, sorry, who already didn't work in Chicago. So he's a guy I would definitely inquire about, and I think would be a really good fit on this team for now and the future. All right, next one. I've seen this guy talked about to the Lakers throughout the offseason, but I just kind of saw a trade request, or not, excuse me, not request, just more talk about Nick Claxton, who's the Brooklyn Nets center, potentially going to the Lakers. Now, I think with DeAndre Ayton here, it definitely becomes much smaller of a need. Now, they're two much different players. Obviously, both are centers, but one is, in DeAndre Ayton, is significantly more of an offensive player. Very talented offensive player, where Claxton's a much more really good rebounder, really good defensive player. So there's certainly different players. I mean, if you could find a way to get Claxton on the roster, I think he could fit with Ayton, but I don't know. This one site was saying Reeves and a couple other, like, I'm not giving up Reeves for Nick Claxton. I'm not. I don't think Nick Claxton's good enough to justify giving up Austin Reeves for him, unless like he is the last piece of like, oh, we need an elite defensive center. Like, okay, then maybe you could trade Reeves for him, but trading Reeves for him doesn't solve the issue. Like, Reeves to me is too valuable of a scorer, a distributor, too valuable to the team to give up for a guy in Claxton who to me isn't that missing piece. But I did try some stuff on NBA Trade Machine because this one website didn't really said Reeves in pieces, and I'm like, do you not understand how the cap works? Reeves makes 13 million, he makes 25. But a couple of them that works are Reeves, Maxi Kleber, maybe a pick, and even then, like I wouldn't give a first round pick if you're already giving it Reeves. One that made probably more sense would be like Rui, Kleber, maybe a first round pick. Like I could give up Rui for Claxton. Is it worth it? Is he going to be more valuable than Rui? Obviously, Rui is a much better offensive player. But those are ways to get him on the roster. Now, again, like I'm not advocating for getting Nick Claxton on the roster. He's a good player, very very good defender, good rebounder. But to me, he doesn't solve the biggest need for this team, which is to me a legit two-way wing defender. I think that's their biggest need, like an Andrew Wiggins, a Drew Holiday, those guys, and even if you could get someone more elevated, like a Vassell, Laurie Markkinen, not that defender, but an elite, incredible talent. Like it's wings. They need a wing. That's what I think they need. So even though Claxton's a good player, I just don't see it. All right, last we're gonna keep talking about Luka because he's just been unbelievable. Luka and Slovenia have made it to the semifinals of Eurobasket. Luka scored 42 on the leading victory to get there. They will meet Dennis Schroeder and Germany. I don't think it's tomorrow. I think it's the day after. But yeah, Luka had 42. He's averaging, I think, 33 and a half in 5 or 6 games this tournament. He just continues to look unbelievable. And like every time you watch him, you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to watch him on the Lakers, like a full season of the Lakers, a full season of Luka where he's not getting thrown into it on the craziest trade of all time. Let's get him in. Like, go ahead, King. Like, crush it in Eurobasket. Go win it for your country, and then come back and let's get ready to go to work. Because, yeah, I just can't wait to watch that man go to work. So, shout out Luka. Go win it for your country. And, yeah, that's all I got for you today, guys. Again, hope everyone had a good weekend, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.